Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gary Collin, principal of Clarkston High School, and I'm very happy to be here to start off this ceremony today. As I look through the crowd, I see students, friends of some of the individuals who are making their commitment to our armed services today. This is a time of year when we have a lot of celebrations around not only Clarkston High School, but all of our high schools. It's a time of ending, but it's a time of new beginnings. It's a time of our students moving on from us to post-secondary experiences. And there's really no greater honor than the post-secondary experience of serving your country in one of the branches of our military. So I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank the members of the military service organizations for being here today. I'd like to thank members of our school board. I'd like to thank some of our community leaders that are here. Of course, parents, thank you and congratulations. And to our students that are here to watch, thank you for coming down and supporting these individuals today. At this time, I would like to ask the members of the Chief Pontiac American Legion Color Guard to lead us in our national anthem. If we could all please rise.
Color guard, halt! Right, peace.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, peace. Forward and set.
Thank you, everyone. At this time, I'd like to recognize a couple of individuals from Clarkston High School who have been integral in putting this event together. The first one is our counselor who deals with members of the military, Miss Julie Krasuk. Thank you very much, Miss Krasuk. And I would like to ask Deputy Liaison Officer Frank Gavey, also a former member of the United States Marine Corps, if he'd like to come up to the podium.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. This is huge. What an honor! What an honor to recognize the students that will be going into our military. Gary Call, Principal Gary Call, and my Lieutenant Perry, kind of started talking about this, not even together, but they talked about this, and they asked if I would help get this going. This is our second year of doing this. Without them even talking, we came together, and almost the same week, they came to me and asked if we could do this. So this is just incredible. We have 648 students, I think, graduating this year.
649.
649, sorry. Left somebody out. And we have 7 of our students going into the military. One's actually already in boot camp right now. With that being said, I just want to talk about with my experience. I went into the Marine Corps in 1990. I was in for 4 years. My MOS was 0351. Your MOS is your military specialty, what you're trained for and what your job will be while you're in the military. I'm on 0351, so I was in the infantry. I shot rockets, anti-tank weapons, and law, all that stuff you kind of see in the military. A lot of it's not even around anymore. That's how old I am. But I also got to go to demolition school. I went to coxswain school, which is you drive the boats, so you see those rubber boats or hard bottom boats. That was 2 months in Coronado in California. Got to play in the water. That was awesome. Went through all my boot camp in California, basic infantry, advanced infantry, and then my school. I was also a PMI, which is a primary marksman instructor. So every year you have to qualify. I was one of the instructors on the line that helped other Marines qualify for their yearly eval. While I was there, after my training, I went to Japan for a year and a half. And when I was in Japan, I was in barracks duty. For some reason, the Marines were guarding the Navy base. They unload the planes off the aircraft carrier, work on them when the aircraft carriers come into port. After that, I came back, went to my unit. I was with 3-1, which is in Camp Pendleton still. And then we went on float. Float is when you're on a boat for 6 months. And we went over to Asia. And that time, went to Guam, Singapore, Philippines, back over to South Korea, back over to Japan, and came back, had about 4 months left, and that was my 4 years. So it goes by quick. You do a lot of stuff. Great experience. When I went in, I was 20 years old. I was the second oldest person in my platoon in boot camp. Second oldest. One guy had me beat because he was 28. So it was just a great experience. Without getting off track, I don't want to forget, for you guys going in, I'll give you 2 words of advice, and everybody's going to give you advice. Always keep in contact with your family. Take lots of pictures. Because when you're 50 and you were doing this when you were 23, you wanted a lot of pictures. I also kind of lost my train of thought there. Kind of got a little teary-eyed. So, no, but it's great. You guys are going to love it. Utmost respect to you, all of you, doing this. Serving the military is such a great privilege and honor. Greatest military in the world, and you're going to be part of it. So, very, very cool. Right now, I'm going to start bringing up the recruits so they can talk about what they're going to do, okay? Will Burnett.
Hello everyone. I just wanted to first thank my friends and family for being here. Without them, I cannot foresee myself being here. My friends have been very important to me. They've got me through a lot of tough times, a lot of tough homework, and they're always there for me, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. I'd also like to thank my coach. I don't know if he's here right now. How's it going, Coach? I just want to really thank you for teaching me all these team skills and everything I've learned throughout lacrosse season. It means a lot, and I'll be carrying those lessons the rest of my life. I'd also like to thank you for the shape that I'm currently in now. Although that I don't want to thank you for that when I'm running those sprints, I can see the goal now. I'd also like to thank my parents, my mom for coming out here, and my dad also, who's not here. He's been very important to me. He was an officer in the United States Army for 23 years, and he's model officer. Teaches me every day what it means to be a member of the United States Army, and he's the one that encouraged me to join the Army. And now, get the thanks out of the way, we're all done here. Just want to talk about what I'm going to be doing in the Army. So after college, I'd like to see if I could become a pilot. And if that doesn't work, I'd like to use my skills I've learned in my international studies degree at Indiana to become a military intelligence officer or an infantry officer. So yeah, that's a little bit what I'm going to be doing afterwards. Thank you everybody for being here. It's a huge crowd. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
And now Austin Hayes.
I'm Austin Hayes. I'm going in the United States Army. I would like to thank my parents, Dave and Patty, and my brothers, Kyle and Bobby, for always being there for me and for teaching me everything I know. I'd also like to thank my friends and my coaches for getting me to this point in my life. They've protected me and supported me all the way up until this point, and I'm glad I can return the favor. I'd also like to give a special thanks to Pat Lee for always helping me through this getting set in the right direction for this and helping me with this decision of my life. My job in the Army is going to be a wheeled vehicle mechanic, so I'll be working on cars, and also I'll have airborne training, so I can possibly go in an airborne division. And I'd like to introduce my recruiter, Sergeant First Class Dusterhoff. A huge thanks for him for helping me through this process and getting me set up for my future career as an United States Army soldier.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. Austin Hayes, he's been a model future soldier for us. Very motivated, ready to go, and I couldn't see him doing any bad in the military. He's going to be a great leader one day, and I look forward to serving with him in the future.
Alex Hunt.
All right, so my name's Alex Hunt. I'll be going down to University of Alabama for Air Force ROTC. I'd like to thank my mom, dad. My sister just came back from college recently, so she's here. My little sister, who is currently skipping class. Also, my grandma and grandpa came down to see this, and also my friends that are here, and then Miss Vickers and Mr. Coventry. Mr. Coventry helped me through all the physical portions of the recruitment process, along with Miss Vickers helping me through all of the tedious steps of applying. And then for me going into the Air Force, I'm going to be doing aerospace engineering down at Alabama, but I would like to go into piloting. If that doesn't end up working out, I will do aerospace engineering for the Air Force. And then here today is Lieutenant Kent Peasley to represent me.
So I'm just going to say a few quick words. I didn't meet Alex until today, but it's honestly a privilege. I don't know how many of you guys know Alex personally, but in the few minutes I had talking with him, it was obvious to see that he's going to be a great future leader for our Air Force. Alex actually was able to acquire one of the very coveted Air Force ROTC scholarships. And I'm just going to put some stats out there for you guys. Approximately 8,600 high school students from across the United States applied for these scholarships. And only a very select handful were selected to earn them. Alex is one of those few. So without further ado, on behalf of Brigadier General Stephen D. Garland, Commander, United States Air Force Gene Holmes Center, for Officer Accessions and Citizen Development, I would like to extend a hearty congratulations and this certificate to Alex Hunt.
And next, Rebecca Gerhardt.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I decided to join the United States Marine Corps to follow my dad, who actually is also a Marine. Him and I both are actually in the band. My dad did the band when I was in elementary school and middle school, and I just got into the Marine Corps band to play clarinet for the next 4 years. So by the summer next year, I will be a professional musician. And I'm leaving for boot camp in October. Today, my mom is here, my sister, a few members of my quintet, and a bunch of my other friends. And I just want to thank them for supporting me through this, because the audition process is really long and stressful and anxiety-filling, and it was nice to have their support the whole time. Today, I have my recruiter, Sergeant Tatum, who is here.
Somebody should have brought the mic down for her. Yeah, but like Rebecca Gerhardt said, not only is she going to Marine Corps boot camp, but she's going to be one of the few individuals that's actually playing for the band in the Marine Corps. So when she said stressful, she wasn't joking. But what she didn't tell you, once she actually stopped caring, that's when she was actually able to pass her audition, because the stress was gone. She was like, well, whatever, I'm gonna be a Marine, so at this point, if I fail, I still get to be a Marine. And at that point, they told her, what were you doing? Were you practicing every day? And she came back and nah, just everything just melted off and I was relaxed. But I known Rebecca Gearhart for a few months now, and she's one of the toughest individuals I know. She may be the smallest individual I know, but she's the toughest. She's the toughest Marine. She's the toughest future Marine I know. So yeah.
Okay, next is Elise Madla. She has already graduated and is currently in the Marine Corps boot camp right now, so she is unable to be with us, but her recruiter is here. Sergeant?
So Elise Madla graduated, is her mother here? No, her mother isn't here. But Elise Madla graduated in January. She was a Clarkston cheerleader. I don't know if anyone's familiar with her. Yeah, so she's actually going to be a future Marine Corps military police officer. So that's somebody you really don't want to bump into. And not only is she a Marine, she's 1% of 1%. She's also a police officer, so she's keeping us in check. But she graduates next week. So if anybody wants to get in contact with her, feel free. She's going to be she was already tough, so she's going to be a lot tougher than she already was. So that's going to be a scary sight. But again, Sergeant Tatum, man, thank you.
Corey Rogers.
Hi, I'm Corey Rogers. I just wanted to come up here to say and thank my friends, my mom, my recruiter, Staff Sergeant Garnick, and my teachers. I had a very eventful way of joining the National Guard. It was actually at lunch. I was walking down the hallway with some of my friends, and they asked me to go to the table, because I wasn't really actually going to go up there to talk to them, because I've never had a thought of even joining the military. And I walked up there and I started talking to the one of the sergeants that was there, and he gave me his number and he called me the next day, and I came, I think like a month later, and I met with Sergeant Albright. And from there, I started to get more and more interested in what I was doing and what I was going to be doing there. And that's when I met Staff Sergeant Garnick. And he convinced me fully to join the National Guard and to be in the National Guard. So what I'm going to be doing is rocket infantry, and I chose that because I thought that it would help me from like outside of like when I get done with school too, because I'll have like an engineering experience and I'm gonna be going to school for business. So I feel like it would be more helpful to do that. And my recruiter, Staff Sergeant Garnick.
Next, we have Alexis Stalnicki.
My name is Alexis Stalnicki. Today I brought my mom and my friends. I would like to thank my mom and my siblings for supporting me throughout this process. I wanted to join because on my mom's side of the family, we have a lot of members who had served or are currently serving, and I wanted to make a difference just like they have. My future job will be in airmen. They can perform an array of different jobs, like repairing, maintaining, and stowing aircraft for flight operations, or serving as members of crash crew and security alert. And my recruiter is Petty Officer Michael Bonamo.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Petty Officer Badamo with the United States Navy. I am the recruiter for future sailor Alexis Stalnicki, and I came here today to congratulate her and present her this check from the United States Navy. This is a check for $112,000, and it's for her college tuition by joining the United States Navy. So let's.
Next, Casper Schiestel. I did it.
You got it. Hi, as you guys know, my name is Casper Schiestel, and I am a senior here, and I just want to thank all you guys for coming out. There's a lot more people than I thought were going to be here, and but I want to thank you all. This is awesome to see all you guys here to represent not just me, but to represent all of us here. We're about to change our lives and do it to keep everyone here safe. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in California, even though my parents consider me not raised there. I was born in Stanford University Hospital, moved down to Southern California, lived there for 7 years, a mile away from both sets of grandparents. And then I moved here to Michigan, and I've spent the last decade plus here. And this is really, in Michigan, is really where I became the man that is evident today. I got involved in my church, and I've been, a man of faith growing up ever since I was born, but really took off here in my personal relationship with God. And then CSM Tech, who I have some of my CSM Tech teachers, Miss Webster, Miss Allen are here. And that's really where my math and science base kind of took off as well. And that's why, part of the reason why I want to go into, get a major in aeronautical engineering. And then also lacrosse, my lacrosse coach here, Coach K, I'm teammates with Will here. This is also where my lacrosse career took off, and he has really just pushed me to be not just a good lacrosse player, but also a better man. And now I'm a captain, and that's all thanks to him and his leadership roles for us. So my military desire started when I was 6 years old. My grandfather, Casper Jacob Schiestel Jr., who I'm named after because I'm Casper Jacob Schiestel III, he obviously, he served in Vietnam as a colonel in the United States Air Force, and he's been my rock, and he's literally one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet, a solid man and an honorable man. And living a mile away from him really helped, and I was like, Grandpa, I'm gonna be just like you. When I was a little 6-year-old Casper, I was super excited. And that desire, that dream, finally, once I moved here and started high school, started to become a mission. And that mission started right freshman year when I went to my counselor, my new counselor, Justin Fitneville, who is an amazing man. He started getting me on the track with CSM Tech, and then I was able my junior year to go to the United States Naval Summer Seminar, which was just confirming on every level of that the military is why God put me on this planet and why I'm here, and I need to do this to serve, and my dream became a mission. And now that high school is coming to an end, the mission is becoming a lifestyle, and I cannot ask for any other kind of lifestyle. I wouldn't want any other lifestyle than this. And I know all these people right here next to me agree with me that this is an honor, and it is respectable in every way, but we're not doing it for the respect, and we're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for you guys because we want to protect you, and we know that it's our job, and we're put here to protect all of you and to keep you guys safe and to keep this country safe. And so that has led to me getting accepted into the United States Air Force Academy, and I will be going there in a couple weeks. Yeah, I'll be going there in June 28th, so in a month. And I'm going to I'll hopefully major in aeronautical engineering, and then I also want to try to get into flight school and become a fighter pilot. And then I've also been thrown around here that I should be a military preacher. Not really the reason why I'd go in the military, but if that happens, then I'm going to do my best. So again, I want to thank our Lord and Savior for everything He's done in my life. I also want to thank my family, my father, my mother, sisters not here, and my best friends, and everyone, my teachers, all you guys that are here. And I want to thank you for just the support that all of you guys have given me, and it's been a blessing and an honor. And I hope to serve you guys all proudly one day. Thank you.
All right, well, I went a little out of order, and I didn't ask our guest speaker to speak because I wanted these gentlemen to be up here, ladies and gentlemen to be up here, so maybe he would address them directly. But we have Army Lieutenant Colonel Beardner and Army Sergeant Major McCartney here to speak.
Hello, everybody. So, following the Command Sergeant Major when he talks is kind of like having to follow this guy right here. So, I will keep the comments brief, and I'm going to walk around a little bit because I drink a lot of coffee and I sit behind a desk for most of the day, and the Sergeant Major is one that sort of gets us out and moves us around. So, welcome everybody, and I say that to the whole entire crew, whoever's out there on camera as well, because this is one impressive community. To have the number of people here from, pick a segment of the community, they're here representative. Pick a segment of the high school, they're here. Pick a segment of sports, liberal arts, pick any portion of the high school, they're here represented. Not only sitting out here, but they all have some sort of connection, whether it's through band, sports, pick whatever club that they're in, they're all represented right here. All right? 3 numbers. I'll give you 3 numbers, and I'll keep my remarks short because the Sergeant Major wants to deliver some comments as well. So 50%, 30%, and 1/2 of 1%. So 50% of America's young people have any clue what the opportunities that the United States military, I'm not just saying the Army, the military has to offer. The opportunities that these young people over here are taking full advantage of. Whether it's tuition for college, whether it's teaching a trade, whether it's wanting to go to aerospace engineering, whether it's the band, whether it's what it might be. The military offers all of those things to the young people of America. 30%. 30% of the young people of America can even qualify to join the military. That number should be mind-blowing and a little bit disturbing, right? America, the wealth and the strength of our nation is our young people. If 30% can't qualify, we have to get the best whenever we go out there to look for people that can serve in our United States military. Once again, the best of our country. 1/2 of 1%. 1/2 of 1% of Americans have ever served the United States military. Think of a country of over 360 million people, 1/2 of 1%. We are a very, very small organization that represents America in almost every country of the world. Whether it's the United States Army, whether it's the Marine Corps, whether it's the Air Force, whether it's the Navy, whether it's the Coast Guard. It is our responsibility to be the outward professionals and the face of the United States military, United States government when we go overseas, and that is what we're charged to do. So my job in the United States Army over the past 18 years has been an artillery officer. And as an artillery officer serving in the airborne community, I've been to 15 countries throughout the world. Some a lot nicer than others, but it is what a lot of these young people, you've heard, it is a calling to them. I don't do this because I have to. The Sergeant Major doesn't do this because he has to. They don't do this because we have to. We do this because we raise our right hand and volunteer to do this on behalf of the people of the United States of America. All right, so please, when these young people walk out of here, please make sure you give them a heartfelt, not like a high five, not like a hand clap, but a firm handshake. And I guarantee you'll get a strong handshake back because that's the type of people that they are. So with that, Sergeant Major.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What an awesome opportunity to come and talk not only to family, friends, faculty, but also these young Americans that have taken an oath to serve their country. I'd be remiss, though, if you did not give a round of applause for our friends here, our families here, and our teachers here. What do you think? Let's give them a it's a little bittersweet for me. They are just now coming in, and I'm coming to the conclusion of a 27-year career. And I remember sitting where you all are sitting right now. I'm from the great state of Michigan myself. I'm from the east side of Michigan, from a small little town called Marysville, just south of Port Huron and north of Detroit. Go Vikings, okay? I got to support my old high school. But I want to talk to you today about two things. And this is more towards you here, not you sitting here. I'm going to get you guys last, okay? All right. Success. There is plenty of definitions of success out there. Okay? Success that people want you to have, success that society says you have to have, success that you see and you read in books. Let me tell you, to the young people out here, success is what you make of it. If success is coming from a hard home, a hard lifestyle, having challenges in school, graduating from high school, if that is a measure of success in your eyes, that is success. And don't let anybody take you down from that. If you have a dream to go out there and work in any job you choose to work into or want to get into, work hard for it. Work hard for it, because success is measured in your eyes. Don't let society and people around you tell you what you should do. I say that to say this. Your parents are smarter than you think they are. The people that love you are smarter than you think they are. I was like you at 19 years old. I didn't realize how smart my mom and dad were until I was 22 years old. And some will say that's pretty young, because I was in the Army, I was stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, I was jumping out of airplanes, I too was in the artillery, getting to blow some things up, being away from home. But guess what? I was getting ready to have my first child with my wife. And I was scared to death. And I didn't know what to do. First thing I did is, a 22-year-old man, paratrooper, all this good stuff, called my dad crying from the hospital in North Carolina because they were in mission saying, what do I do? And my dad says, you finally got it, don't you, buddy? I said, what's that? He says, son, there's things in life you have no control over. And these are one of those things. He said, put it in God's hands, you're going to be okay. Now get off the phone and get back in there with your wife. You got it. And I started realizing, maybe I should listen more. And all of a sudden, all those life lessons that I thought were being nagging at me from my teachers, from my coaches, from my parents, from my family members, all those things started coming back through my head. So at 22, I knock on wood and say I was blessed to have success, remember the life lessons that people that cared about me taught me. Let's talk about goals right quick. Everybody has a dream, yes? I would like to think everybody in here has a dream. Dreams are awesome, but you want to have a goal. You want to have a goal, and you have to work towards your goals. Some have chosen the military path to get to their goal and to get to their dream someday, yes? But you set goals, and this is phase one of those goals, right? Some of you sitting inside, you ever thought about the military? That's fine. Set your goals so that you can achieve your dreams. Because if you have a dream and set no goals, that's all it will ever be is a dream. You'll never be able to achieve it. You have to set goals and set paths for that. And I challenge you to do that. To the parents, with the kids that are leaving to serve, one thing in the military we cannot do is guarantee you a peace of mind. Because as parents, we never want to place our children in harm's way, correct? So some of you may have been a very hard decision by accepting the fact that you want your son or daughter to join the military. I will tell you, they are in good hands. They are in good hands. We are going to take care of your children. They become our family now too. When they become our family, you become our family. As we sit here, and we were joking a little bit about the branches of service, we pick at each other. We all want to say who's number one and who's the best. And we can do that among services. But if you ever serve, you come up and try to get into our conversation, you're going to get in trouble real quick. Because you'll see what the Joint Force is all about. We have the world's strongest military. Hands down. Hands down. And we can't do it without working with each other. And over the past decade and a half, we have shown the world how well our military works together. True or false? How well we work together. We compete out here. We compete. I want to explain something. We compete because we want the best of the best to be in our branch of service. But at the end of the day, they're serving our country. And regardless of what branch they're serving in, you have taken an oath that you're going to do here again, reconfirm your oath, to serve your country. I tip my hat to you, okay? I tip my hat to you. Indiana University, I was a first sergeant down there. Outstanding program. Good luck to you down there. They have a great ROTC program. I'm a Michigan fan. Go blue, Michigan's better. I'm just saying to you. All right? But thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here. I could go deep on some things, but I don't want to tug at heartstrings with moms and dads. My mother still sees me today. I'm 47 years old. I walk into a room, she sees me, and she starts crying when I'm in my uniform. I'm like, Mom, I've been in the Army 27 years. She's like, I can't help it. You'll always be my baby. No, I'm not. You know, I got to puff up a little bit and give it to Cobra, but she always tells me that. So don't forget that, no matter where you go or what you do. No matter where you go or what you do. Very good advice that was given to you. Never stop writing home. Never stop communicating with your family. And friends, write them letters while they're in training, because they're going to need it. You're going to write. Who doesn't like to write right now? Raise your hand. Be honest. You don't like to write. You will while you're in training. You will, because you can't wait for mail call. True or false? We got soldiers, Marines, and everyone sitting up here. You want to see mail because you're like, yes, someone's thinking about me. And then it's like, did you fold your socks? Did you do this right? It's like, the Army's teaching me to do it. The Air Force is teaching me to do it. The Navy's teaching me to do it. The Marine Corps is teaching me to do it. The Guard's teaching me to do it. And when you come home, they expect you to do it. So don't tell me you're getting all this high-speed training and then come home and live like a pig man, okay? Because your mom's will be like, they didn't teach you anything. All right? All right. Thank you very much for your time. The support the community's given here is unbelievable. And we're going to get ready now to do the oath of enlistment after we do a presentation from Colonel Dye. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You guys know. Awesome. So that was excellent. Of course, I must have missed the train vote on the first round here, but they always save the best for last. I'm very sorry you're going to the academy at a time when they're not going to get the Commanders-in-Chief trophy in football for the next 4 years. However, please come on up here. I don't know Will Burnett personally. He interviewed with a different PMS. We do tons of these interviews every year, and the scholarship recipient, or people looking to get a scholarship from the Army come through, and there's just a ton of them. We always remember the ones that win, though, because they're always invariably the ones that impress us right out the gate. And so, while I don't know you personally, I know the type of person you are. The Army has about 20,000 young men and women across the country looking for these scholarships. 20,000. It's the same pool of young men and women who are trying to get into one of the academies. About 1,000 of them will get into West Point. The other 2,000 get ROTC scholarships. About 3,000 young men and women. That's a pretty select group. And we are at U.S. Army Cadet Command fighting for the same people, the ones that are students, that have the attributes of athletes, that are leaders, that have the potential to go out and do great things. And so while I don't know you personally, I know the type of person you are. And we always give these sorts of things for potential. You may be going to Indiana, but you can take a little bit of Michigan with you. So he's going to get the certificate. I just want to read it out loud to you. Army ROTC Scholarship. Let it be known that William Burnett, having achieved a meritorious record in academic studies, extracurricular participation in athletic activities, and having demonstrated exceptional leadership potential as well as an expressed desire to serve as an officer in the United States Army, is conditionally selected for an Army ROTC scholarship. This 22nd day of April 2019 was written a couple weeks ago. Signed, Major General John Evans, United States Army Commander, U.S. Army Cadet Command. And of course, the most important part, it says Purdue on here, but he's transitioned obviously to Indiana. It still counts. For $108,762 on behalf of the U.S. Army Cadet Command, I am proud to present you with this check. Thank you.
Okay, next is we are going to do the swearing in, but when we do the swearing in, I'm going to move the podium. Parents, friends, you can get up where you want to take pictures as long as you're not between the lieutenant colonel and them. Anywhere behind them is perfect. But first, I would like to thank a couple people. I'm going to start with our Township Superintendent, Pat Kittle. He's here present with us today for this event. This is a great community. I've talked to my Lieutenant Perry, who's also here. he's been, sir, you've been here for 2 years? 3 years? 3? And we talk about how great this community is and how positive it is. People come to Independence as deputies. Sometimes, a lot of times they gain a couple pounds because you treat us so well and you bring us stuff to the substation. We do appreciate that. But you guys are great. The school's great. I also like to thank Sean Ryan. He's here today. There he is, our superintendent, for letting us do this. Otherwise, we couldn't do this. And Principal Gary Call. He just stepped out, of course. He's a man on the move. So right now we like to, like I said, after the swearing in, you'll be up. I'm not going to have you sit back down. We have drinks and cookies and other good stuff over there. Get pictures taken with recruiters. Get pictures taken. Do it all now. And thank you again for coming. Sir?
Come around this way if you want to for pictures and stuff. You can come this way. Just sort of be facing this way. If you want to get the faces of your kids, you come around here. Get it done that way. Get everything out of your hands, out of your pockets, all that good stuff? Yes. All right. No phones around, right? All right. No. I gotta be right down. Anything you want. You're gonna come to the front? It's supposed to work. It's not, but it's supposed to work. Arms up, turn back this way. Your phone numbers are running forward. And now we're get some there you go. All right. You guys are already fantastic phone direction. You guys are doing a good job. All right, so, all right, so please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend. The Constitution. Of the United States. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. And that I will bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. I will obey the orders of the President. And the officers appointed over me. According to regulations. And Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations. Sure. Okay, we're going to do it right now. Come on.